Yo, 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 it's your boy Ultimate Rage. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platforms at The Ultimate Rage, IG, Twitter, Facebook, you know that good stuff. Here we go. Basically, I want to talk about the global prayer to end atheism and why it's a joke. Check this out, right? First of all, if prayer was actually a useful methodology for making things happen, don't you think that the entire world will be utilizing it as our primary means for everything? Why would we even have science if all we could do, if all we needed to do was pray things into existence? Why would we need, let's say, astrophysicists to work with engineers to build things like, I don't know, the James Webb Space Telescope so we could find, some of the oldest stars of the universe? Why wouldn't we just say, hey, why don't we just pray for God to give us the information right now? If it worked like that, then we would not need science for anything. Why would we need a hospital if we have faith healers and all they needed to do was pray and heal you? You feel what I'm saying? Studies have already been done to show that prayer is worthless, okay? You feel what I'm saying? The New York Times has a paper all about that. You can just Google that shit. Basically, it is not a useful methodology. But on top of that, and this is the real crux of the conversation, we are not atheists because we believe we have the answers. We are atheists because we do not have the answers. And we don't believe that you have the answers. I'm not convinced of any theistic claims, any religious claims, spiritual claims, any of that, chakras, astrology, any of that. Like, if there was something to that, life would not be the way it is. If those were useful belief systems, methodologies for understanding the world, then why do they have such a fear of science in many respects? Not all of them, not everybody, not every denomination and everything, but a large crux of people have a problem with science because it coincides with their belief system. And I'm sorry, but that's not how we came to be atheists. That's not how I came to be an atheist. I came to atheism because I was really super duper, super heavy into Christianity. I attended a Christian college so I could further my relationship with Jesus, so I could learn the theology, understand the stories of the Bible, the meanings behind them, the reasoning behind them. And at the same time, while I was learning this stuff, I also minored in philosophy. And I took a number of philosophy classes, including logic, which had a very huge impact on me because they helped me to organize my thoughts in such a way that I can analyze any material and make up my own mind about it. And the more I read Christianity, the more I read the Bible, the less sense it made. It just doesn't make sense at the end of the day. I understand that a lot of people find, a lot of pleasure or, peace, comfort in the Bible, in religion, in spirituality. It gives them a sense of peace. It gives you a sense of purpose. I understand it. But objectively, they don't make any damn sense. I'm sorry. The most basic aspects of religion are simply senseless. the most basic problem is that none of these people, none of these followers of any belief system could demonstrate any truth to any of their claims at all, particularly when it comes to their claims regarding theism, aka the existence of a God. Regardless of whatever belief system you have, if you are a theist, you have to demonstrate that God exists. I'm not convinced. Every person, every theist that I have talked to, they do the same thing. And I know because I used to do it too when I was a theist. You do everything possible to try to make sense of what you believe. But because you're so emotionally wedded to it, because you made this your entire worldview, you can't see it objectively. And even when people are making sense to you, you might think in your mind, like, damn, this person's making sense. But you can't accept it because they're literally, attacking your worldview. And because people are emotionally tied to their worldviews, it's hard for them to critically analyze these things objectively, particularly in a world that is dominated by like-minded individuals. The overwhelming majority of the world believes in some kind of religion or spirituality. And we've reached a new era where everything is coming into question. The scientific method seeks to understand everything. And in order to understand everything, first we have to question it. So if you have a belief system, it is subject to scrutiny. Why? Because if your belief system is true, you should be able to demonstrate it. If not, there's no reason anybody should accept it. There's no reason for anybody to believe something that can't be demonstrated to be true. You shouldn't have to, play word games, make circular arguments, appeal to emotion, and stuff like that in order to prove your point. You should be able to demonstrate it. It should be so simple. If I say, oh, I have a memory card with a gigabyte on it, I should be able to produce it and be like, bam, here's the memory card. You can't tell me, or should I say, I can't tell you, hey, I have a memory card. But then when you ask me, okay, where it's at? And I'm like, prove I don't have it. Prove I don't have it. That's ridiculous. Like, that's not how we go about finding truth. We don't play these games. We actually do the work to try to figure out what is going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, therefore, I don't see any reason to accept religion as true. I just don't see it. We just don't see it. All we're asking theists to do is demonstrate anything. They always do the same. You go back to your Bible or whatever book you have. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. That's not how we build technology. That's not how we build spaceships. That's not how we build industry. We don't just go back to an old book and sit and pray. We actually do research and invent stuff and, trial and error. We figure stuff out. That's the way the world works. It doesn't work by magic. There's actually, a system. There's actually a system, a methodology that has been demonstrated to work. That's why we don't question certain things. I don't have to question why my watch works. I don't have to question whether or not it works. I don't have to question whether or not it's a watch and whether it's on my wrist because it's right here. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Watch Gang. You feel what I'm saying? Check them out. Basically, it's right here. It looks like it works. It appears to work. The people who made it know how to make watches that work. I know. The watchmaker fallacy, like the idea that, oh, if I look around the world, didn't somebody make it? Okay, if that's the case, demonstrate that somebody made it. And then people say, well, somebody had to make it, but I always say, who said that it had to be a somebody that made it? You know, I have this new song that I have on my upcoming project that is called Emergence. And pretty much I'm talking about how you can get something from nothing. People say you can't get something from nothing. Something had to make. But I'm like, but you're presupposing that something existed to begin with, which is the problem of your argument. Because you're saying that the universe can't create itself, but you are arguing that God can create itself. And then they'll make arguments like, oh, well, God always existed. First of all, how do you know that? What evidence do you have to demonstrate that outside of the Bible says it? And second of all, like, how do you know the universe didn't just always exist? How do you know there's not a such thing of before the beginning? Maybe there actually is a beginning. Or maybe we live in the superverse and there's actually a universe of universes with all different types of, you know, outcomes and possibilities. Or maybe we are manifestations of a matryoshka brain. Or maybe we're a complete simulation. Maybe you're all the figment of my imagination. Solipsism. You know what I'm saying? The point is, how about we actually do the work to try to find out the actual truth? How about that? What is so wrong with that? Why is that so hard for people to admit that we don't know the actual truth and we should seek to find the answers? Why are people so adamant on either being content with not knowing and pretending to know something, or not knowing and saying we can't know, therefore allow me to believe this bullshit? No. How about no? No. I have to live in the world with other people. I would like for people to be sensible around me. Considering A, we have to interact with each other, and B, we live on a planet where climate change is real. We're seeing all these crazy storms, all these microbursts, and all these tornadoes and hurricanes, and all these wildfires, and all this crazy shit happening all over the world. We should do something about it. Instead of sitting around hoping to God that maybe he magically comes down and saves us all, or whatever the fuck. How about no? How about we actually, like, work towards trying to figure it out? How about we work towards inventing technologies and inventing techniques, discovering new methodologies for how we can combat climate change and create a better world? In fact, a world better than what we ever imagined. In fact, how about we build new worlds? How about we expand into space and take over the entire universe? How about that? I know it sounds crazy, right? But we actually could do it if we work towards it. It's actually feasible. We actually have technologies which we could implement right now if we actually just put the time and effort to do it. So basically, to sum it all up, religious people, if your belief is true, you have to demonstrate it. You have to actually demonstrate it. You can't even demonstrate the most fundamental aspect of your belief, which is the existence of a God. You can't demonstrate it. You can assert it all day. You can assume it all day. You can use fallacious reasoning to deduct a conclusion that God exists. But until you actually demonstrate in any meaningful way that's replicatable, that's unambiguous, and that's clear, and I can see it with my own eyes. I got 4 of them. So I should be able to see clearly, like, yo, there's God right there. Boom. I can't debate it. I can't deny it. Look, he's right there. Like, I'm looking at him with my own eyes. He's talking to me right now. He's talking to all of us. We all hear the same thing. We all seeing the same thing. It's literally right there. You can't do it. You just plain can't do it. I'm sorry to tell you. You can't do it, and here's the secret. It will never happen. It will never happen. And if it does happen, guess what? I will be the first to say I was wrong. So please, demonstrate to me that I'm wrong. That's why running at the same time of the global prayer to end atheism, we atheists had the global middle finger to the sky to end Christianity. Because it's a joke. It's a joke. We're not atheists because we hate God, or because we're sinners, or because we love Satan, or because we feel like, Jesus is a wuss, or Allah is so much. No, we don't believe none of it because you can't show it to be true. And not only that, a lot of these different religions purport a lot of very immoral bullshit. Things that are very counterintuitive to a well-functioning society. You feel what I'm saying? Humanity has evolved past that. We have evolved past religion to the point where we can actually seek the answers and not believe in old nonsense, man. It's nonsense. I'm sorry. So, holla at your boy. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, the like, please share, all of that. Follow me at The Ultimate Rage on every social media platform. I'm coming out with Outrageous August 30th. You know what I'm saying? Just a small little something, something. Shout out to my boy Joey P, man. Go get his EP. Go to Spotify, Apple Music. Find Joey P, his EP Star. Joey P Star. Holla at your boy. Y'all be safe out there. Peace out.